distinct pleasure to introduce
3,
the one,
2,
the only,
1.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
How you doing? Have a seat. Wow. That's prime time, man. How are you? It's good to see you again.
I appreciate it.
I thought these folks were going to tear this building down in the first hour waiting for you. It's great to have you back on the show.
Yeah, they sound pretty excited. It's awesome to be here.
We wanted to do the big Hollywood opening for our first show in Daytona with you. So
Well, that was pretty good, I thought. felt pretty big to me.
We've had a chance to work together a lot over the years, man. There's already so many things to congratulate you for what you've accomplished this year. Congratulations on your run in the 125.
Yep.
Congratulations for, a lot of people are saying congratulations for what you're already going to do coming up this weekend.
I hope so.
Great to have you back on the program, man. Great to have you back on the show. You ready to kick it off, have some fun?
Yeah, I'm ready to do this.
We're going to introduce you to something brand new, never before seen, national television debut, and made for us. We unveiled your car in paint a few weeks ago at QVC. Now we're going to unveil the platinum version of this year's Nextel Cup car. And there's not a lot of these. This is actually the smallest platinum edition we've ever done for you. And it comes out as a grand total of 504, and that's all that are going to be created of this particular vehicle. One of the first differences is that great big Nextel Cup Series logo right there on the pillar. Are you already kind of used to it?
Yeah, I mean, we were here in Daytona testing all through January, and you drive around the racetrack and you see all the Nextel signs that have been put up, and you know, it's pretty interesting, the Sunoco signs with the new fuel we use and whatnot. It's always good to see kind of a little bit of change in the sport, and we've been getting used to a lot of it here lately.
There's, I mean, obviously a ton of excitement, which should always be here at Daytona. But for us race fans, this is our first taste of it again. But there's been a lot of off-season testing. I mean, you've been in the car actually quite a bit.
Yeah, we started getting ready for everything up to this point 2 days after New Year's, so we didn't have long to recover after that party. So that's the way it always is. I tell them not to start till about the 3rd of January, so we're good and ready by then. But it's a lot of work. You know, there's a lot of race cars getting built. We build probably 15 cars a year, and that's one race team, and we have 3 race teams at our company. So there's a lot of cars going in and out, a lot of things getting done.
This year, Daytona, it has a completely different complexion to it. We'll talk a little bit about tires coming up. Really looking forward to sitting and talking to the young man that's going to be our second guest on the program as well. I got to tell you, watching the Bud Shootout, that's the first time that I've been here at Daytona where, man, I was scared. You guys, you were sideways almost as much as you were running straight. Your car was fast, but they handle a lot differently today than what they did even a year ago.
Yeah, they've changed the tire this year, made it a little softer compound to where the tire wears out a little more, and you end up losing grip on one end of the car first before the other fast. And you know, you got to set your car up to try to be as good as you can where both ends kind of wear out the same, and that's real hard to do. But in the shootout, it was our first taste of the new package that we have, and everybody was a little bit here and there, and we were all kind of bouncing off each other, and luckily nobody got injured or the crashes weren't too bad. But we ended up finishing second. That was a good race, good finish for us.
You seem like you were having a ball.
Yeah, I mean, half of it was fun. The other half, I think Elvis was riding with me. So I think I've seen him a few laps anyways.
I need to update you already. It's our first item with Dale here. 504 of these were created. We haven't really talked about it. You know the story. It's the rarest metal in the world. The 2004 Budweiser car, platinum plated. 2/3 of our quantity already completely spoken for. Obviously, we'll be closing out this edition tonight. You'll get a certificate of authenticity. It comes in an acrylic case. And I got to go back. When you were talking about Elvis being with you, you are by nature a relatively calm individual. It takes a lot to get you upset. It seems to take even more to get you mad. What goes through your head at 199 miles an hour when you guys are on the backstretch and you guys all of a sudden realize that, man, things are loose.
Yeah.
And really loose. If you had had one of those hula girls on the dashboard, that thing would have gone nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. It don't, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just, Normally, I get pretty mad actually inside the race car, but I've got it all calmed back down into perspective before I get out. That's the trick, you know. That's something that takes a lot of practice. But you get mad enough, you learn how to control it. There's a couple. I mean, the worst thing to do is to jump out and shout into the camera what your thoughts are, because a lot of times you want to take it all back the next day, you know. So. You know, there was a couple times in practice, and it happens on a regular basis every week, where somebody does something that it ain't, you know, not a safe move, or puts a bunch of guys in jeopardy of tearing their cars up during practice and stuff like that. But when the green flag drops on a race, there ain't no stupid moves. Everybody's out there doing what they can do to win for themselves, you know. So there's some things that upset you, some things that you wish wouldn't happen to you, but that's the way it is. It's racing.
We got a lot more to talk about here in Daytona with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Listen, we got less than 100 left, and they're gone. That's going to close out the edition. Great way to start the program. We've got a lot of things to cover, and you're going to have an opportunity to meet a phenomenal young man in just a few moments. Still to come in our program, here is the brand new Dale Earnhardt Jr. Budweiser in the gold plate. The platinum is already virtually spoken for. We'll give you more information about the gold coming up in just a little bit. Also still available, here is the 24-karat gold-plated car that we'll see on the track coming up tomorrow for the Busch Race in the Oreo Ritz paint scheme. You know the tenacity that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has in the Busch Race here at Daytona. You'll see this one in the victory lane if everything goes the way he wants. C02000, brand new at $133. I get to introduce you to another guest, a gentleman that I have not had the pleasure of working with. I'm going to reach in front of you, pardon me, Dale. Martin Truex Jr., good evening to you. Welcome to For Race Fans Only.
Great to be on. Thanks for having me.
You're wearing one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool shirt, isn't it?
So, you and Junior have known each other for a while. You're both fierce competitors. You're now wearing the hat of boss as well as being driver. And I want to start at basics. I'm going to have you introduce this gentleman and tell us a little bit about him. And then I want to bring you up to speed on some stats for the folks at home, because this is a young man that is just going to tear the Busch circuit up this year from the knowledge of DEI and Truex Motorsports.
Yeah, I'm real excited to have Martin. This is Martin Truex Jr. We're real excited. This is our driver in the Chance 2 entry this year in the Busch Series. Going to run a full season, go for the championship for us. And we're real excited about him. He's from up north, a New Jersey kid. And
we got some New Jersey folks here who made sure they were here because you were going to be here.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent all over these states, and luckily we've got some people at DEI that had pointed Martin out to me when I started talking about putting a driver in this car for running a full schedule or running some races, more races, and so Martin was the first choice, and you know I got to watching him. He's got a great driving style. He's pretty aggressive. He knows how to control his race car at the same time. We're real happy to have him on board.
Well, what we're going to do is, here it is in diecast. This was last year's run for Chance 2. And, man, if you are any indication with what you did in the last few races of the season, you ran, 10 races last year in Busch?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Last two, you finished second in both. Now, that's not going to be enough to please the boss, but, man, that's a heck of a start to a rookie season. And you're running all the races this year, feeling comfortable in the car. How'd you qualify?
Actually, we're real happy to say that we sat on the pole this afternoon.
That's right. Now, you're also running in the Busch Race. So did you congratulate him and tell him never to do that in front of you again?
No, I was real happy for him. He had a fast car during testing. I knew he had an opportunity to really do well down here. So I was real excited for him. And I can't imagine what that feeling's like coming in here as a rookie and doing so well. I remember when I was a rookie and qualifying third, I was out of my mind. So, just imagine, you know, a couple years from now when he looks back at some of the things he wished he knew then, you know. So I'm pretty excited for him. He's got a great race car. Had a little trouble today in practice, but looks like everything's going to be fine with that. And look forward to seeing him up front all day. Hopefully I can catch him and pass him, but we just have to see.
What I love about diecast like this is this gives us a chance to really kind of begin with your Busch career, Martin, with this piece from last year. We're going to show you, by the way, this year's piece for what he'll be driving all year. That's just pretty cool. We're going to go off. Candy is standing by. Candy, where are you? She's in our audience. Hey, Candy, what's your question?
Hi, this is for Martin. We saw you during practice, and you're run-in with Michael. How's the car, and will it be okay for tomorrow?
The car was really good. I was actually getting a good feel for it, and it was handling real well, and it was seemed to be drafting real well. And Michael cut a tire, as everybody's seen, and kind of tore the right front up real bad. But the guy said they're going to fix it tonight, and it should be good as new tomorrow. So I got a lot of faith in them. They're the best at what they do.
Good luck.
But again, nobody injured. Everything's cool, right?
Yeah, everything was good. It was just
Okay.
it wasn't a real major deal.
How late can they work in the shop on the night before the race? Up till midnight? Or can
Well-
they work all night long? You know what, guys? We're going to switch. We'll come back and we'll answer that question in just a second. I've always wondered that one. I should have asked earlier. Pretty cool. We've got the car from last year. The rear of this car has the Dale Earnhardt Tribute Concert logo. We'll show you the new one for 2004 coming up a little later on in the program. Got a lot of brand new in tonight's show. We started with 1,100 of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. stained car. We have fewer than 400 that remain at a price of $98. Two-thirds are gone at this particular point. Also, still to come, I'm glad these are in the show. The Dale Earnhardt Foundation two-piece Monte Carlo set. You'll get both the brush metal and then also the original black paint together as a team. You'll only find them here. That's it. And tonight, first time ever on 4 easy pay payments, and the only time this month we'll do that. You guys having a good time so far? We look forward to this. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm trying to think about how many times you've been on the show, but it's been a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But this is almost like tradition to come down to Daytona and work together. Usually the night before you got to get up early and go to work. So I want to say thank you to both of you for being here. We got a whole hour to talk. We're going to kick off something that is brand new. And, man, you're wearing more hats than anybody I know. I mean, you're now a team owner. You're obviously a driver, doing some television commercials. And he is also the executive producer for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Any Given Day. And I'm not saying this just because I'm presenting it on the show. Man, if you're a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan, you got to get this thing because you did something that nobody does. Athletes, you're a celebrity. You're obviously famous. Nobody just opens up the door to us fans and lets us, talk to your buddies and your friends and crew members. And you take us places where people just don't normally get to go. But that's what you wanted to do for your fans on that particular video, didn't you?
Yeah, this is a great deal for me. Actually my good friend Tony Stewart made his own little DVD, right, of his kind of his life story, and I thought, that's a great idea. Except I'm not, that old, so I don't really have a life story yet. And so maybe I should just do like a, like a week's worth of what I do, because everybody always asks me what's your typical week like, and they're all different. You know, it's hard to say, well, this is what we do, because everyone's a little different. So I let the guys with NASCAR Images follow me around for about 6 months, and we just pieced together a lot of that, what we did on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, and tried to show everybody some of the crazy things that happened to us, on and off the track, but mostly off the track. So it's really not a lot of the car going around the racetrack as much as it is just what we do at home and at the appearances and stuff.
It really is unprecedented. First of all, you were the executive producer. You also picked some of your buddies now, friends in the music industry that are huge hits, to do the musical soundtrack to the hour and 20-minute video as well. There is also this piece, which I just blew me away. Last year was a huge year in the sport. There was history that was made almost every week, and this is a culmination of every weekend of racing and every lap. I mean, we're talking about 10,000 miles that, if you add it all up, people are driving, and 10,000 laps. This is the Winston Cup in review. It starts at Daytona with Michael's victory and takes us all year long. Folks, if you're at home, our quantity counter is way behind. Our automated ordering is the way to go on this one. This is huge. You're going to find out on the Any Given Day, hour and 20-minute long DVD, a lot more about Dale Earnhardt Jr. than what a newspaper article or any one given program, even this one, is going to be able to show you. And then the year in review is just a culmination of everything that happened in 2003. And I got to tell you, man, I feel primetime. We made this. There's a little snippet when you and I were working together in Richmond.
Yeah, we do. So we do so many shows with you guys.
Yeah, we do.
Felt like we should include y'all in on some of the stuff we do, and we had a little show in Richmond, so that became part of the DVD. But I'm real proud of it. I mean, there's a lot of little hidden footage in there that you got to answer some questions and whatnot. And there's a lot of fun stuff in there, a couple music videos and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff. I really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed making it.
Martin, as a younger guy coming up, I mean, you are working for one of the hippest, coolest guys in NASCAR.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so, I mean, there's a lot of pressure for a young man being a driver in the Busch Series. Now, are you worried about, you know, getting the hat just right and all the rest of the stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you follow him around and go race with him, you got to be pretty cool, you know. I mean,
It's hard to
if
keep
you're
up.
not cool, they're going to be like, hey, why you got this guy driving for you? You know, he's a dork. You know.
I need to tell you, by the way, the 2003 Year in Review DVD, I can't say the word review, that has sold out. We'll get more of those back in. I want you to know that from NASCAR Images and from Dale Earnhardt Jr., we still have some of the Any Given Day. And it's true. Number one question that, I mean, I still don't know how you guys do your schedule because, I mean, if you're not superhuman in the car, you better be superhuman when you're on a regular weekly schedule because it doesn't end.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've really tried to open up to Martin is for him to see some of the stuff that you're responsible for off the racetrack, you know. And he, coming from his background, all he knows is drive. Where's my helmet? Where's the steering wheel? You know, how do I get this thing to go faster? That's all he's thought about all these years, and now there's just going to be a whole another 50% of it, you know, that you're going to have to concentrate on. And it's important, you know. It's important that you get it right and you know how to do it and know how to enjoy it.
If you got a mentor to watch, this is the guy to do it. Most popular driver of the year, voted last year by you, the race fans. Class act in every way. And we want to say thanks for sharing that with us.
You got it.
We're going to wrap up on it. It is still available, but getting very, very limited at this point. $24.75. We'll ship them out on March 5th. Item number is F9118. We've got 3 brand new T-shirts, and you want to support this young man that's sitting on the far side of the stage, Martin Truex Jr. in his run for a Busch Championship this year. We also have your brand new most popular driver T-shirt for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And then we've also got the number 8, the Budweiser T-shirts, brand new as of tonight. Your choice at $25. Also, haven't shown you this one. This is a Michael Waltrip or the Dale Earnhardt Jr. frame photo with the tire piece. These are different than the ones we showed you before. These are much bigger pieces of the tire and a bigger photo as well. $147.75 from the folks at Mounted Memories. They're very well done. There it is. I got to tell you, there's some subtle changes to the car this year, but I think it looks sleeker and even nastier than it ever did before. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we did make a few changes to it. We did have the E-stripe, what they call the E-stripe on the door on the roof, and we've removed that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually, I thought, something that we should have done last year, but I finally got them talked into it, and we shortened the E-stripe up on the door, too. So it just makes a cleaner car. I kind of like it as clean as we can get it.
Looks good. We got brand new apparel for you, brand new caps. This is the 2004 Budweiser cap for Dale Earnhardt Jr., just clean, always. Here's the Oreo cap. And by the way, the cap that I've got in my hand here, is this similar or is it identical to what you actually have tomorrow at the track?
It's identical. I mean, it's the same hat. It's actually, today was the first time I seen these hats, actually. Seen a whole handful somebody had, and I grabbed one of them. Been wearing one all day, but they're pretty good hats. I like them because they form-fitted all the way around. So.
And they did, you know what? Again, you gave me this lesson on how to break the bill in.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
It takes time.
I'm old. I'm a slow learner.
Yeah.
Then this is a cool cap, and I'll tell you what, this does something that very few caps can do in its place. This is going to support not one but 2 individuals' efforts. This is Chance 2 Motorsports. That's the team that you and Teresa own. Martin, you're driving for them. Man, you're driving for the Earnhardt family. That's got to be. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night just cold sweat thinking about that?
No, but it is huge, you know. There's a lot.
I'm actually letting him crash in my house for a while. There's every once in a while I hear him screaming. At 3 o'clock in the morning, you'll be like, Martin will wake everybody up.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm picking.
Yeah, it is pretty huge. You know?
Well, here's a cap that tells a little bit about the story. And Dale, I'm going to ask you to tell this because this is actually the continuation of a dream that your dad had with the original concept of Chance 2 Motorsports.
Yeah, we started when my brother and my sister and I started running late models. We had a company called Chance Racing, and that was kind of how we all started our late model program back in the day. And when we began this new Busch team, we thought, we started thinking, okay, obviously, yeah, I'm going to run a couple races, but we're going to bring in drivers and crew members too, and give them opportunity to bring themselves up through the company through this race team. So we thought we'd call it Chance 2, and that's kind of the link in the name. But it's obviously we basically run it on the same theory, and that's trying to breed drivers and breed crew members into the program, into the Winston Cup programs we have.
Every smart owner of a race team has their scouts out there looking for young talent. You came up through the ranks of starting in go-karting when you were younger.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it's like to be a champion. You know what it's like to win races. How did you become known to Dale Earnhardt and Teresa Earnhardt, Dale Jr.?
Well, I'd have to say, I worked hard and raced for a lot of years and try to make myself known. But there's always a person there that actually finds you and tells you somebody about you, and that was Richie Gilmore at DEI that actually linked me up with Junior.
Mm-hmm. History in the making, huh?
Yeah, that's about it. Right
Cool.
there.
We've got one of our members of the audience who's got a question for you. Ashley, is that right?
Yeah.
Ashley, what's your question? Who's it for?
It's for Dale Jr.
Okay.
How do you like having to keep a clean shave this year?
That's funny.
I wasn't going to ask.
Yeah. Well, I've been signed to the Gillette Young Guns, which is about 8 of us all together, and obviously, being part of that program, you've got to advertise how well Gillette products work.
So you got to actually use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I do, but not as often as I should. But that doesn't mean they ain't got the best razor on the face of the earth. So, just depends on how often you want to use it.
There is no answer more beautiful than that one there. Well, ladies, how do you like the clean-cut Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Nah, good. Anything looks good.
Yeah, if they could get up close, they could see that it's about a day old, so I'm a little behind.
You have no idea how much security we've got to keep girls from coming up close. We've got a lot of things that are going on. Thanks for your question, ladies. Caps are simple. Caps are a great way of either collecting or wearing. The Budweiser look, it's changing a little bit from what we had. I mean, nowadays, if you got a cap with one of those little plastic doohickeys, it's not cool anymore, right?
I mean, yeah, sometimes. It depends. I mean, a good fitting
That's
hat's
all
a
right.
good fitting hat, no matter what, no matter all that. It's just I don't know, I kind of like those kind of style hats, but, I like those hats too, just as long as you get them fitting good. You got to work that bill in, and that ain't an overnight success,
Yep.
It takes some time.
And it's important. Well, we've got 3 different versions for you. We have the Chance 2 Motorsports, and I love, by the way, Martin, does it get to you to see your name in script on stuff like caps? Because it's right here, Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, this is like the first week I've actually seen this stuff. So, the T-shirt and everything, it's pretty cool.
I'll tell you, you can tell a good fan. In fact, here's a gentleman that brought in the show car for us from DEI, and he's wearing the new Budweiser cap. It looks good on you, man. I like that. And it's just clean, simple, great styling. You're somebody who you've got a great sense of fashion, but I think part of the reason why you got a great sense of fashion is you never seem to sweat it. It just kind of happens.
That and my mom, my sister hardly let me walk out of the house. Look like a fool,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, she's always, my sister especially, she's always been pretty good to tell me when I probably should go back home and try again,
I got your sister Kelly, real quick, one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah,
she is a sweetheart.
She's done a good job.
We're going to wrap up on the 3 caps. Don't let these go. $25 each. We've got the Oreo. We've got the new Budweiser colors for 2004 and Chance 2 Motorsports. And that's a wonderful way of introducing you to a new driver in the Busch circuit. Pick them up. Last call. We've got 2 dozen of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2004 Budweiser in Platinum. When they're gone, they're gone. And that will be very soon at $199. Item number C03368. I haven't shown you this one, but it's coming up. This is a Dale Earnhardt autographed all-star baseball car from the race of Chicago in 2003. Autographed by Dale. $149 is the price. We have a handful of them, and when they're gone, they're gone. Mary Beth is back in Studio Park, so when we get wrapped up here at the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona Beach, we're going to be going back for programming there. Mary Beth, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's coming up?
Thanks, Dan. We appreciate it. Yes, here in Westchester, Pennsylvania, we have a great evening planned following for race fans only. Starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, a full hour of beautiful Lee Sands jewelry, including some gorgeous turquoise and amber nuggets all together in one piece. Then at 11 p.m., an entire hour of Now You're Cooking. And what we're going to be cooking in is some Cook's Essentials Stainless Steel 500, which means that all of this cookware is going to be made out of 1810 stainless steel, but it can go into the oven up to 500 degrees. Of course, it's great on the stovetop as well. Here are all the pieces. You get a 2-quart saucepan, a 3-quart saucepan with double handles. The lid fits on both. You also get a 10-inch skillet and a 10-inch chicken fryer that's a little deeper with the lid that will fit both. You also receive the 5-quart Dutch oven that has this locking drain lid on it so that you can drain with little holes or big holes from both sides. And the best part is, watch this. You come on down, we are going to include, are you ready? You ready? We're going to include the magnetic trivet that works with all of this cookware as well, so you can take it to the table and it's nice and keeps the heat from going onto the table. All of this for a price of $87.92, but the first day ever on 2 easy monthly payments of $43.96. That's amazing. 2 payments of about $44, and you've got great cookware, a lot of pieces too. That's at 11 p.m. At midnight. You notice how thick my hair looks? It's Nick Chavez. Nick Chavez is coming up with a full hour at midnight, and so don't miss it because it's going to be fabulous. But now back to Dan in Daytona Beach, Florida. What's the temperature there, Dan?
Oh, it's just wonderful. I don't want to rub it in, Mary Beth.
Oh, go ahead and rub it in.
It's about 1,000 degrees.
Oh, baby. Enjoy it.
I know it's cold there in Philadelphia area. Thanks, Mary Beth. We'll see you in a
Bye-bye.
bit.
See you later.
Welcome back, everybody, to Daytona Beach, Florida. This is the Peabody Auditorium. Sitting next to me, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sitting next to Dale, Martin Truex Jr. What a night. This is the night to just talk about racing and getting geared up for what will be the most exciting year ever in NASCAR competition. Need to give you an update. The Dale Earnhardt Jr. autograph piece. Dale, we didn't even get to show this thing and it blew out of here. We'll try to get more things signed, but that's kind of hard to do with your schedule. So you still have writer's credit from doing those, don't you?
Yeah, I signed them last week.
We've got a lot of things to talk about. We offered the Platinum car a few moments ago. That was brand new for 2004. Here is the 2004 in gold plate. And it is a beautiful example of the way the car looks. I had a chance to take this one about 12 feet behind me and look at what you've got parked right behind us. And they are absolutely identical with the exception of with things at Daytona and the way you guys bump and the way you were bumping. Man, you don't make your cars out of gold. That'd be too expensive.
Yeah.
So 24 karat gold plate. These are opening trunk, opening hood. Worldwide production numbers on this one are small. There were 1,000 that were made. That is it. And I want to start by talking about the front end of this car and how this has changed a little bit from last year. What are the changes aerodynamically from last year to this year?
Well, actually, it's toward the rear spoiler of the car is actually a little bit taller here at Daytona than we ran in the past. From the next race at Rockingham on, it'll be a little bit smaller than we've always run it. And the tires are a little bit softer and a few other things too. There's been a lot of spoiler changes and template changes as well. But it should make for a tougher car to drive. So should we give it a little more?
Seems to have proven to be so.
Put it in the driver's hands, yeah.
The Platinum car, by the way, just sold out. That edition is closed out. National television debut was this evening and already gone. The gold, very, very popular as well. We're seeing something here at Daytona that is, if not relatively new, at least people are talking about it more than they were in the past. The front ends of these cars are done in fiberglass. And your bump draft with Dale Jarrett to take him across the front line at the Bud Shootout, I mean, without your help, he's saying he couldn't have made it. And, man, when you bump draft, you bump draft.
Yeah, we've hit pretty hard. Like, for example, today in Busch Series practice, I was bump drafting a little bit and split the nose in half.
Okay.
And tore the car up pretty bad. So they have to go back and fix all that and beef it up a little bit more with some struts and bars and whatnot. So you hit so hard out there, you got to have the car to where it doesn't make hardly any damage when you do it. So, and we hit, you know, at 109 90 mile an hour, you're hitting the guy in front of you probably, he's going maybe 8 mile an hour slower. That's a pretty good shot, you know, so you got to be tough.
How much experience do you have here at Daytona, Martin?
Actually, this is the first time I've ever been here,
And
and it's pretty tough. Yeah, today was pretty tough. I mean, just because of the bad luck. But other than that, you know, everything's been going real smooth.
Is there at any given point a time when you lift?
Yeah,
you're out
there is.
there?
You know, sometimes when you're in traffic and there's nowhere for you to go. I mean, if you have a run with somebody and there's cars blocking you, but Other than that, pretty much wide open all the time.
And, I mean, you're no novice to racing. You've been doing this since you were a little kid, and successfully, very, very well. But coming here at Daytona, it kind of wipes the slate clean a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's like it's like a track of its own. There's nothing like it. Daytona's it. Growing up, every driver dreams about coming here to race, and the day you get here, it's a pretty big deal.
The Busch race is a big deal as well.
Yeah.
And this guy sitting next to you, man, you've had a lot of luck in this Busch race. I shouldn't say luck, a lot of success. Has he been telling you some of his favorite words of wisdom?
A few, but I think there's still some he's holding back.
That's impossible.
My favorite quote ever on this show came from your dad, talking about you. He said, "I taught him everything he knows. I just didn't teach him everything I know."
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gold-plated car is our precious metals series. There's so few of these that are done. 1,000 is really nothing in the world of die-cast. And I think this one came out looking even better than the ones that we've done in years gone by. There's some changes that we're seeing in the tire that you talked about a little bit. There's some changes in the Ford camps as well. These guys are gunning for you. Everybody, I mean, I know you're friends with everybody out there, but you got to find friends on the track. Is it hard to find somebody to draft with you because you're the guy to beat?
Well, sometimes it seems like it is, but then I don't know. Other times it's not. I mean, there's some guys out there that know that when they get behind that car, they're going places, and then sometimes there's guys that don't want to see you up there because they know that diminishes their chances at winning. So it just depends. I think when it all comes down to it, near the end of the race, they know that that's one of the cars that can help them go to the front, either way, whether it's Dale Jarrett in front of you or somebody behind you. They know that car is going to be a big factor.
Dale Earnhardt Incorporated has won the last 9 out of the 12 races here at Daytona. They're looking for 2 more coming up this weekend. The gold car, we're going to wrap up. We've got more coming your way live from the Peabody Auditorium here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Here's another gold car. This is the Oreo Ritz car that Junior will drive coming up tomorrow in the Busch race here at Daytona. We're getting real low on this one. There's not a lot left, a lot of them left, $133. Half gone. Now, we've already sold out of the season in review. We are also half exhausted through our Dale Earnhardt Jr. DVD, A Day in the Life. Highly recommend it. You're going to learn a lot of things about Dale Jr., unprecedented footage taking you behind the scenes. Pick it up. You will not be disappointed. An hour and 20 minutes of just pure great entertainment. We got a lot more from the Peabody Auditorium. We're going to ask you to stay right there. We'll come back with some brand new items with our 2 special guests, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Martin Truex Jr. See you in a second.
More for race fans only is yet to come, so stay with us as we continue to broadcast from lovely Daytona Beach, Florida. Look who's serving up great cookware and the latest culinary ideas for your kitchen this Sunday. Why, it's Bob Bauer's sauce, of course. Bob's been stirring things up for 12 years on QVC, so we're celebrating by dishing out 2 anniversary shows with select low anniversary prices. So save room this Sunday for In the Kitchen with Bob. 2 2-hour anniversary specials at noon and 10 p.m. Eastern, only on QVC.
Race fans, want the inside track on racing collectibles?
Become a member of the Racing Collectibles Club of America today. You get first access to brand new die-casts from all your favorite drivers,
Including the popular Elite line.
The most detailed numbered die-cast collectibles available anywhere. All this and more, available only to RCCA members every Thursday night.
We call it Thursday Thunder.
So what are you waiting for?
Be a part of the excitement. Become a lifetime member now.
Welcome back. Let's rejoin QVC host Dan Hughes and this special edition of For Race Fans Only, being brought to you live from Daytona Beach, Florida.
What a night, man. Every year, I mean, I love doing this show, especially on the road. But every year coming to Daytona and being able to sit down with you, Dale, and just kind of hang out for a while, this is the way we kick off our whole season. It's like, Daytona, biggest race of the year. This is our biggest show of the year. I thank you, before we even wrap up, for taking time out, because you're busier now than you have ever been in your life.
Well, we still, I mean, we just seem to be doing the same old thing all the time with you guys and hanging out. So no matter how busy things get, we'll always be coming here. You know that.
We have fun.
Oh, yeah.
We have a good time. I get to introduce, this is your first T-shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty excited.
Guys, we got 3 brand new T-shirts for you. We've got the Dale Earnhardt Jr., the number 8. Now wait till you see the back of this one. You ready? And you're looking at all of them together at one time. They're individually priced at $25. We're going to ship them out March 12th. They are that new that they're just being created. There's the back. There's the, see? Man, they love you. That's the Oreo car for the Busch race. Good looking piece. Let me show you this one. And by the way, congratulations. You were voted the most popular driver by the fans. That says something.
I appreciate it.
Now, Kelly, your sister Kelly, she picks out which things go on the T-shirt.
Yeah, this is a pretty important shirt to me, right? Because this is my most popular driver shirt. And my sister, this is a picture of me in my toboggan. And I always thought it was the goofiest shot ever of me because I shouldn't have been wearing that toboggan in the first place. My sister loves it, and she does all the approvals, so she picked that, one of my favorite shirts, and she puts that on there. So I think that's pretty funny. She's watching back home.
Sisters do that to humble you, you know?
She gets a lot of credit for that one.
And this is pretty cool, man. Running for Chance 2 Motorsports, full ride, all year long in the Busch ride. Martin Lorex. Here, wait, that's your first T-shirt, man. That's your first T-shirt.
Yeah. I think it all looks good, but the guy that's on there, I mean,
I got to tell
it's
you,
kind of weird.
you know, I know Junior's the owner, and he's had a ton of success in racing, but he's not going to tell you this stuff. You ain't nobody till you've been on this show with a T-shirt. Yeah, right, huh? That's pretty cool, man. The funny thing is in the break, Junior turned to me and said, "This is your first T-shirt," and you said something like, "Man, we were having troubles finding money to eat."
Yeah.
Earlier.
Well, I don't know about the eating part, but, you know, we had to spend all our money on the race car and not getting any T-shirts made.
What's it feel like to see your likeness on?
It's kind of weird,
Shirts
really, you know? It's different.
Do you ever get used to it?
Wait till you see a fan walking around with it on.
Yeah.
That really blow you away. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Do you ever get used to it, Dale?
Not really. I mean, you know, when you go to the racetrack and you see all the people there that are supporting you, especially on Sunday when we get out and go to our hospitality tent, we kind of sneak through the crowd and you see all these people there wearing your shirts and your hats and stuff. It's pretty amazing. I mean, even more amazing is when you're not at a race location. You're just somewhere, you know, in the middle of nowhere, eating at a restaurant, and somebody walks in with your hat on. That's a huge compliment.
That's cool. We got Amanda and Jen doing some modeling for us. I mean, these are brand new designs for 2004, and I highly urge you to pick up this one as well. I mean, your fans, Dale, they're going to be grabbing the brand new one for, you know, the race tomorrow and the brand new most popular driver T-shirt. But this is a way of supporting the other hat that you're wearing this year as a team owner.
Yep.
You know what it's like to be in that car at Daytona where things get a little squirrely and they get a little, you know, dicey.
Yep.
When you're the owner, it's a completely different feeling watching it happen from on top of the pit box.
I was an owner today when I was running out there in practice, and I saw Martin, Michael turn sideways in front of Martin. I was like, wow, we just about wrecked 2 cars in one wreck. And so that was kind of crazy.
I had asked a question. I mean, we've got a big race coming up tomorrow. Drivers' meeting is at what time?
What time? 10 something. Yeah.
See, it's a boss. You got somebody to remind you. That's fine. Now, obviously, there's some repair work going on in the garage right now. How late can these guys work? Can they work
Well,
right?
they asked NASCAR if they could stay late, and they said they give them until midnight tonight. So they're probably still there, and they'll probably be there till midnight tonight, and then finish in the morning. They're allowed in at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So they're burning some midnight oil.
Yep.
They'll get it done, though.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be ready? Beautiful. Here's a way of showing fan support for 2 very special individuals. And do you like the role of being an owner, or is it more pressure than you thought it would be, or is it more fun than you thought it would be? I'll ask you that coming up in our next segment, which we'll do in just a few moments. 3 brand new pieces of apparel, medium, large, extra large, and extra, extra large are available. Great price, $25. I need to give you an update here, by the way. These are almost completely gone at this point. This is the Dale Earnhardt Jr. stain car in the Elite Series from the folks at Action Performance and the RCCA. When these are gone, that'll close out the worldwide edition. Also, still to come, we've got that Dale Earnhardt Foundation 2-piece Monte Carlo set. The one is the black car that was unveiled a while back, and the brushed metal version is available only here on For Race Fans Only. 4 easy pay payments of $19.99, and we've never done that before. just a wonderful piece to have in your collection for all the right reasons. Tell you what, 2 hours goes by very, very quickly. The second hour is really going by, having you guys sit here and just talk. I want to introduce something that last year, I don't know if you knew this, it was a year ago this week that you and I were together here in Daytona, and we unveiled, it was unheard of to be able to make the die-cast available for the 2003 ride before Daytona. Here we are, 2004. Again, it's available before you ride in the Daytona race. Last year, we sold 36,000 of your paint scheme in one day.
Man.
36,000. This year, I've got less than 5,000 to go around for the whole year. $54.75. The coolest part is, if you could pick this piece of die cast up and walk right behind me to the car that is 10, 12 feet away, it is just about identical in every detail. The folks at Action did a real good job. There's a couple little things that are being added since this was signed off on, like the Foundation logo, but cool piece. Is that your beeper?
Yeah.
Trouble.
That thing went off, and I'm like, I know I ain't got mine on me. Oops. He's a rookie. That's all right.
Martin, you should have answered it, man.
Sorry, everybody.
You should have answered it. Yeah, it would have been, yeah, I know I'm on TV.
No, actually, it was the Nextel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I don't even know what I was saying. That was perfect. What were we talking about?
We're talking about
team ownership, wearing the hat. Is it fun being an owner?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I have a lot of fun doing it. It's, you know, it's actually some, I mean, there's parts of it that are less strenuous as the driving part. Like, it's awesome just to sit back and watch somebody else do all the driving for a little bit, you know? And then there's times when you're like, man, I could have went through there better, you know?
Okay.
Or, man, why did he make that decision? Or, I told him different than that, you know? So, I don't know. I mean, that's probably the way all the owners are, you know? They're always up there telling their drivers what they would have done different. But it's awesome. And when you got a driver, you know, I'm not complimenting Martin, but I'm just saying that when you got a driver that you know that can go out there and get the job done, it's great being an owner. You know, I mean, every owner out there wants a driver, you know, young and talented and aggressive, and I think Martin's got what it takes, you know, and we give him the equipment that he can learn properly from, and he'll be a great race car driver. You have not only tremendous respect for Dale as a driver, as an owner, and as the boss, but you guys are becoming pretty good buddies, too, at the same time, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. We get to hang out a lot. You know, we kind of like to do a lot of the same things, and we have a good time. He fishes a lot more often than I do, which I don't know.
Yeah, well.
I guess I can try to get into that.
Yeah. Break him in. Tonight is a night that we just celebrate racing, getting back into it again. Daytona, it's a wonderful feeling to have the racing community back on track. That is such a long wait from the end of the year into the beginning again. You guys, it feels like a short period of time. I'm curious, question for both of you, what did you do in the off season? You knew you had a big year coming up, Martin. How'd you spend the few days that you did get off?
I really just kind of relaxed a lot, you know, played a lot on the computer, raced a lot on the computer. You know, went home for the holidays for a few weeks and did a little hunting and fishing here and there, and you know, spent some time with my family, and other than that was about it.
Dale, you went on the cruise, I know that.
That was a lot of fun. We did that, and I don't know, we just kind of hung out and hung out with my friends, spent some time with my mom, just a little bit of this and that. Actually, my mom moved to the lake, so we've been kind of helping her out with her house and everything, and just chilling out, hanging out, being around town. Life's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice when you can just chill out and do things one day after the other. You know, you ain't got nothing to do, but we're not used to that. I mean, it's just a matter of time before you're ready to get to racing again.
And it's coming up. Again, tomorrow we'll have the running of the Busch race, the Great American Race, 46th Annual Daytona 500 coming up. It is a big week here in Daytona. This is what kicks it all off. I mean, this is your traditional paint, if you will, for 2004. I know you've basically committed to 5 different paint schemes through the year. You've got some different paint schemes for a couple of the Busch rides, Talladega being one later this season, coming back in July for the Busch race in Daytona. But we saw the Bud Shootout car. You're not doing a whole heck of a lot of different paint schemes this year, are you?
Well, we got enough to keep you guys busy, so we're doing more. Actually, we're going to have more. When you include the Busch program, we're going to have more than we've ever had in previous years. And the Busch program, I'm really, really excited about. So look forward. I think if you guys haven't seen what we're going to do, you're going to be really excited about it when you do. So it's all kinds of neat stuff.
You ready for the pressure, Martin?
Yeah, I am, you know. I'm just ready to go win races and have fun.
On the pole for the first time you've ever driven here at Daytona in a Busch race.
Yeah, you know, it's not supposed to happen. First time you come to Daytona, it's on the pole and beat Dale Jr. and all that, so. Yeah, you know, it's pretty huge.
I wasn't going to point that part out.
It's a pretty big deal, you know? But if I can beat him tomorrow, that'd be another thing. But, you know, tomorrow's a whole nother story. It's going to be a long race, and, you know, I've got a lot to learn still. So, you know, if I can be around at the end, I'll be happy.
Beautiful. I'll tell you what, we're going to ask you to be very patient on our phone lines. We've had close to 2,000 of this die-cast that have been purchased again this evening. We're running into a situation where we don't have a lot left out of our total allocation, and when they're gone, they will be gone for the year. $54.75 is the price. Here's something that if you missed it earlier in the beginning of the show, these are going back to Dale Earnhardt in his earlier years, 1994 when you were running ASA, primarily at Myrtle Beach. There's a Sundrop car, and then we also have the Prime Sirloin car, your choice, at $56. Okay, right now, we have the year in review. That is gone completely. We'll try to get more of those back in quickly. We do have a day in the life of Dale Earnhardt Jr. That is available, but more than half our quantity spoken for there. $24.75. It's an hour and 20 minutes. The executive director, Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's pretty cool. Man, guys, I can't believe how fast this hour is going. We're here in Daytona Beach. This is the Peabody Auditorium. Sitting next to me, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sitting next to him, Martin Truex Jr., who's driving for Dale in the Busch circuit. Did I get all that stuff right?
Yeah, you did.
Team owner, driver. It's just, man, the list is getting longer and longer.
Yeah, we ain't done yet.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. This is one of the biggest photos that has ever been done by the folks. There's a company called Mountain Memories. Nobody else in the world can do what these people have put together. That is a great big 11 by 14 photo, along with a slice of the tire. You can actually see the wear on this from your race earlier last year. And I want to make sure I get this right. It's from one of the Cup cars from last year, not the Busch. But they actually sliced this tire in a great big 3-inch square, and they only did 508 of them. That's it. I got Michael's right here, and this one is a little bit different because what they've done is they actually grabbed the tires from Michael's win at Daytona. So the tire slice that I've got is from the Daytona win of last year. Your choice, $147.75. These are bigger than the ones we introduced earlier in the program before you guys were able to be here. But you've got a choice between the Michael Waltrip and then also the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Tonight, as you go to bed, you're a team owner and you're also a driver and competitor in tomorrow's Busch race. Martin, you're starting on the pole for the first time ever in your first Busch race at Daytona. Who's going to sleep better?
Probably him.
Is this going to be one of those nights where he wakes everybody up, you think?
Nah, I doubt it. He probably just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I sleep pretty good, so I think he will too. He's a pretty cool character, believe it or not. He's pretty laid back.
You are very, you actually
Yeah.
both kind of share the same type of chemistry as far as, you know, things don't rile you up a whole heck of a lot.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Not really.
What's been going through your head for the last couple days?
Oh, not much. I'm just glad to be here, you know. The opportunity is huge, you know, for anybody that is in my shoes or was, you know, a year ago. Just to come and have a chance to do what I'm doing is great.
Tonight we introduce something absolutely different. Again, the biggest plaques we offer from the folks at Mountain Memories, Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Michael Waltrip, a slice of history, a piece of their actual race tire. We need to update you. Well over half of these Disney cars are spoken for. When they're gone, they are completely gone. They will never be coming back. And they were crafted for us from the folks at Team Caliper. We have the Mickey or the Minnie at $53.97. Guys, we got a few more minutes and we're going to wrap up with this particular product. I literally begged for this to be in the program because you can't come to Daytona and not think of your dad and the things that he did here and the success and just what he did for this sport in general. Dale Earnhardt had a passion that was way beyond just strapping into the motor car and getting ready for a race. And you're starting to see a lot of that in your own life of really counting the blessings outside of racing as well. The Dale Earnhardt Foundation was formed by yourself and Teresa and the rest of the folks at DEI to continue those passions that Dale had outside of racing. How's the foundation doing so far?
Oh, it's doing great. You know, it's to be as young as it is, it's doing awesome. We've already done quite a few things with it so far, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's really been kind of Teresa's brainchild in a way, and she's pushed it about as hard as she can to get some things happening already. So I'm pretty excited about the future of the foundation and the opportunities we'll have in the future to help some of the programs that Dad was real fond of, and such as wildlife programs and whatnot, some of the children's homes that he visited. But it's just a great way, I guess, for his name to continue to keep giving.
Well, one of the ways that the foundation earns money is by the sale of die-cast. This car is available from the folks at Action Performance in black. What we wanted to do was to make it available and this one together in a two-car set. It's a brushed metal finish that was done just for race fans only. You'll find it in our own collector's box. Here's the important part. Tonight, you can get this whole thing on Easy Pay. It's 4 easy payments of less than $20. And it's the only time this month that we're going to be able to do that. And what you're doing is being able to help out for a wonderful cause. I know that, is it pronounced Elisa? Alyssa. Alyssa, how you doing?
Fine.
What's your question and who's your question for?
My question's for Dale Jr. And first off, I just want to say hi to both Dale Jr. and Martin. And wish you guys good luck this weekend and all season. It's a dream come true to actually get to talk to you. And my question is, if you were to wake up tomorrow morning and this media and fan frenzy was over, then what would you miss the most and what would you miss the least?
It's a good question.
Man, what I would probably miss the most is just the friends and the people that I've met and the relationships that I've made with the crew members and drivers. And what I miss the least is just probably the travel, because I get homesick pretty easy. So I like being at home as much as possible. So I'd really be happy that I was home more often. But you know, I don't know.
Great question.
That'd be it, yeah.
Great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin, are you ready for the type of travel that's going to be required to be a successful bush driver?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty new to it, so I can't really get tired of it yet, you know. I haven't got to do it enough.
First race of the year, that's true.
Yeah, I mean.
Have you been surprised, though, at just how grueling the schedules can be?
Well, I mean, I'm still kind of new to it, like I said, and this year is probably going to be pretty tough on me. You know, I've learned this week. I've been here actually since last Thursday, and I didn't get on the track till this Thursday, but I was pretty busy every single day, so kind of something I'm going to have to get used to.
I'll tell you what, man. Remember these times, though, because the enthusiasm and the excitement that you've got right now is something that'll take you through some tough days. You're doing what millions of people dream of doing, is not only being able to work hand in hand with one of the best in the business, but, you know, representing the best in the business right now. So you got a great future ahead of you. It's going to be a cool day coming up tomorrow. When we came into Daytona, parked right outside of Daytona itself, the Daytona International Speedway, is a huge semi-tractor trailer that the foundation has that's collecting food for needy children in the area. And that's going to be an ongoing relationship between this foundation and people. This is one of the ways you help. There really were only a couple different ways, 3 ways for the foundation to earn money this year. One of them was the sale of the tickets for the foundation party, the huge tribute concert down in Daytona back in, when was that, August?
Back in July.
Man, that was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, that was fun.
It's a good time.
The sale of die-cast and the people who actually are making donations. And these are people that are going to do everything they can to bust their tail ends to make sure that it represents the man that was truly the greatest figure in the sport for his passions for many, many years to come. Here's your way of helping out. $79.96, available on Easy Pay for the very first time ever. We're going to do a real quick review of everything that was still in the show if you're just tuning in, and we're going to come back and thank our 2 special guests. We'll run through these quickly and say thank you for being a part of our program this evening. Here's what we have. The framed Daytona winner's photo. We've got Daytona from 2001 with Junior, and we've got last year Daytona's winner with Michael, $69.75. Then, here is the brand new Disney Daytona 500 starting lineup t-shirts, $19.75. These were made for us. You will not find them elsewhere. You have the starting grid on the back of each one. We then also make available Matt Kenseth Championship Color Chrome from the folks at Team Caliper. 3 different versions available at under $70 each. See 05144. And here is the die-cast that is remaining for the Mickey Mouse promotion. We've got Minnie and Mickey in 2-car sets, $53.97. Also, going back in Junior's earlier days from ASA Racing, we've got the Prime Sirloin car or the Sundrop car, your choice at $56. And we have the Kevin Harvick Good Wrench Special Finishes, Platinum or Gold. This is the car he drove at Rockingham, 133 and 199 respectively. What else do we have in our lineup? How about the Martin Truex Jr. Chance 2 car from last year? Pick that up. It's a great way of being able to have what was your first bush ride for the folks at Chance 2, $59.75, brand new tonight. It's been popular. Also, we do have the year in review that has sold out, but we still have a day in the life, and we've had what? Any given day is almost 3,000 that have been purchased tonight, $24.75. I highly recommend that. Also available, 3 brand new caps. We've got the Martin Truex cap with Chance 2, the Oreo cap, and the Budweiser cap for Dale Jr. Item number 807428. And here is a Dale Earnhardt Jr. in gold, 24 karat. That's a Budweiser ride for this season. 133. It is very, very limited at this point. See 03367. And then we also have a handful of the Oreo Ritz car. That's available, also gold-plated. 133, about 5 dozen remain, and that'll close out the edition. And brand new T-shirts. We've got the Martin Truex or the Dale Earnhardt Jr. T-shirts, $25, a 07429. And we've had over 2,000 of your Budweiser car for this year purchased tonight, $54.75. Get this while you can. It's a wonderful opportunity to get it this early in the season. And we have a few of the Michael Waltrip of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. frame photos with tire pieces. These are the bigger photos, the bigger tire pieces, 3x3, $147.75. We'll ship those out on March 19th. And over 1,200 ordered again tonight. Man, it just feels good to have those on the show. 4 easy pay payments of $19.99. For the folks in our audience here tonight, did you have a good time? I got to tell you, pardon me as I reach. Martin, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure. Junior, continued success for both of you tomorrow and for the Daytona 500. What a night from the Peabody Auditorium. Good night, everybody.